A number of climate and geological agencies at home and in the world have ostensibly predicted extreme weather due to climate change and El Nino this year. In fact, global weather has turned out to be more extreme than people have anticipated, leaving the number of fatalities and damages in abundance.
Scientists and experts have warned of hazardous combined impacts of the climate change and the El Nino weather phenomenon. Climate change, largely blamed on human activities of burning fossil fuels, agricultural and deforestation, and changes in land use, has led to extreme hot weather in many parts of the globe. El Nino has been typically associated with increased rainfall in South and South America, the southern United States, the Horn of Africa, and Central Asia. But it simultaneously causes a decrease in rainfall that the dry season will last longer than usual in other parts of the globe. Their impacts are real and imminent. 20 people have died in Beijing following relentless heavy downpours since Saturday. Another 27 people have gone missing after Typhoon Doksuri brought heavy rain and widespread flooding to northern China, and some 974,000 people have been evacuated to safety. The Beijing city administration reported that the rainfall over the past few days has exceeded records from a severe storm in July 2012, when Beijing was hit by the strongest storm since the founding of modern China. Beijing recorded an average of 260 millimeters of rainfall from Saturday to early Monday, with the Changping Wangjiayun Reservoir logging the largest reading at 738.3 millimeters. In July, Beijing's wettest month average rainfall is normally around 150 millimeters to 180 millimeters. South of Beijing in Hebei province, precipitation from Saturday to Monday amounted to 1,003 millimeters for the 3-day period. Precipitation in the country averages 605 millimeters a year. Video posted on social media showed the extreme impact of the flooding and the creative rescue methods. In Fangshan, a flood-hit district in southwest Beijing, a man drove his forklift through gushing mud flows to lift a man, woman, child, and dog to safety. Several subway lines in the capital, including trains in western suburbs, were suspended on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Beijing's Mentugu district in the west had experienced dramatic damage the previous day after torrential rains turned roads into rivers, sweeping cars away and snapping bridges. July 2023 officially becomes the hottest month ever recorded. It is believed to have been the hottest month in the past 120,000 years. The average temperature during the period was approximately 1.5 degrees Celsius higher than pre-industrial levels before the planet underwent significant warming due to human activities. This is according to the World Meteorological Organization and the European Commission's Copernicus Climate Change Service official data, setting a new global temperature record. Yet, extreme hot weather continues. Hundreds of attendees at the World Scout Jamboree in South Korea have fallen ill as the country grapples with an extended heat wave affecting large swathes of the country. The event, which started earlier this week, has drawn 40,000 young scouts from 158 countries this year. By the end of the first day on Tuesday, officials had counted at least 400 patients who needed treatment for heat-related symptoms such as headaches, dizziness, and exhaustion. On Wednesday, a further 207 heat-related cases emerged. The weather is expected to hover around 35 degrees Celsius or 95 degrees Fahrenheit until the weekend, with brief showers. 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature rise in July does not necessarily indicate that global governments have completely failed to meet the 1.5 degrees Celsius limit set in the Paris Agreement. The measurement of average warming takes into account a longer-term time scale, so it's important to consider the broader trend. However, it also highlights the insufficient actions taken by governments to reduce emissions. As a result, the world is currently on track to fall short of meeting the targets set in the Paris Agreement. There remains a crucial window of opportunity to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius, thereby averting the most severe impacts of climate change. The upcoming Africa Climate Summit, G20 Summit, UN Climate Ambition and COP28 are pivotal moments for world leaders to rise to the occasion and take unprecedented actions. The fossil fuel phase-out and phase-down debate rages on with the recent G20 Energy Ministerial meeting in Goa, facing division and yielding no progress. This report may be the wake-up call needed for the G20 summit leaders, whose country is responsible for 80% of global emissions, to set up climate action and climate justice. The El Nino is indeed a natural phenomenon which is beyond all mankind's capacity to control. Yet all causes and triggers for climate change have been identified along with the panaceas. What is now needed is execution of those commitments.